Word, son. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy JDivine. All right, man. So before we get into this video, there's gonna be a trigger warning. Well, I'm pretty much put a forewarning right now that there's a mental health trigger. So if you easily triggered by that type of stuff, feel free to click off the video. Drop a like if you support the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. But if you don't, I'll try to make this as funny as I possibly can. But it's me basically being honest in this particular point in time in my life. You know what I mean? But it's still a story time. I never actually sat down and actually figure what would be a good enough story time to tell y'all, because it's been a while since I did it. But make sure I sit back, chill, take a pee break, pause the video, get you some popcorn, because you know how I do. But all right, man. So 6th grade middle school year, let's just say it was about school started by 8:15. So yeah, it's about 8:15 in the morning. Practically the ass crack of dawn, and I had math first period. Couldn't stand math, and it wasn't the simple fact that it was hard, or pause, or it was just the fact that I didn't want to do it. It was a simple fact of we knew how to add, divide, subtract, and multiply. We knew how to do all that. But who in God's green earth said that? Let's add the alphabet in here just to shake shit up. Who said that? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard or seen somebody do. That is just stupid. All right. So first period, we got math. All right. So we had this teacher named Miss Wilkerson. Now, anybody that knows me personally that went to my middle school, if you know who Miss Wilkerson is, you know. If you know, you know. Okay. So first period, I had math. I'm already sleepy, groggy, cranky, because one of three things. I decided to sit up and play Call of Duty for an extra hour, or I decided to play another game of Madden or 2K because the last game didn't feel good and I needed to get that dub back. You know what I'm saying? So already it's early in the morning. I don't like doing math early in the morning because I'm really not really firing on all cylinders. Like, I start waking up after lunchtime. Of course, that's when anybody start waking up, at that particular point in time. So so basically I'm sitting in math class, not really fully enthused, but the way that Miss Wilkerson worked, she always tried to get everybody up and energized early in the morning, but everybody knows we not feeling that shit. So you can calm all that down. You feel me? So she would always try to perk everybody up. But she was one of those teachers that she was, just to give you an idea what she looked like. If you ever seen Divorce Court with Judge Maybelline, that's what she looks like. I kid you not. At that particular point in time, that's exactly what she looked like. Short hair and all. And she had a big old booty. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I never paid no attention to it until after I got out of her class. When I started really looking, I was like, damn, she got a big old booty. I mean, anyway, that's beside the point. So she looked like Judge Maybelline, but she was one of those teachers that you ever had that auntie, or yeah, let's say auntie, because that's basically what she'll strike you as. You ever had that auntie that was she was nice, but at a drop of a hat, she could be an asshole? Yeah, that was kind of her. So at any given point in time, she never hesitated to always try to reprimand somebody, whether it might be detention, whether it might be staying after school, or for mandatory tutoring, or basically telling you to get up, go to the phone, and call your mom or call home or whatever, right? So at this particular point in time, my mom was really hard on me about grades. She really wanted me to, excel in my classes. Math was always my weakest link. I hated math. If I could pass math with a 70, I did it. All right. I hated math that much. So, knowing the fact that my mom would always shoot all my teachers emails telling them to, hey, at any point in time, if his grades start slipping, let me know and I'll take care of it. That was the worst thing that my mom could have ever sent Miss Wilkerson. That was the worst shit in the world. And it gets worse from there. So, we're doing God knows whatever lesson it was. So I swear to God, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention, trying to take these notes down. And I'm just I'm just staring at my paper because I'm just I'm getting lost in this damn lesson. But my thing was, I didn't like to raise my hand and say, hey, I'm lost, because I didn't like staying after school neither. So I think that's kind of my downfall too. But I didn't like staying after school, so I would just kind of slug it through the lesson, and then when I go home, try to figure out how exactly did she come up with this, or how exactly did this make sense, which never really worked. As soon as I got home, I hopped on Call of Duty or 2K or Madden or whatever the fellas was on that night. You know what I'm saying? So some time goes on, And, you know, when with Miss Wilkerson getting an email from my mom, she basically upped the ante, essentially, right? So anytime she felt like I wasn't paying attention when I know I was, and she was one of those teachers that that didn't take light to arguing. Like if you argue with her, that was considered talking back. Even when you had a legitimate argument, that was considered talking back, and you got into even more trouble. So her favorite phrase was "call home." That was her favorite phrase. I kid you not. That was her favorite phrase to always say. So anytime she felt like I wasn't paying attention, Mr. Harris, huh? What are you doing? I'm trying to take these notes. Call home. Before I can even finish, call home. But call home. Get up, go pick the phone up. And of course, we all try to outsmart her, but she was already hip to the game. So, you know, you just go up to the phone, press some random numbers and shit, go on up there and then think you actually did something. Hey, she not answering. Oh, okay, that's cool. Write her number down. And her desk was super messy. Oh my God, like she had piles and piles and piles of paper. Her desk looked like a mini episode of Hoarders. If you ever seen that show, her desk management was terrible. That shit was just awful. All right, so she basically always tried to threaten, you know, or try to get me to call home and then threaten to tell my mom what exactly I wasn't doing. And to make matters even worse, my mom believed her, even if it wasn't the truth, and I couldn't defend myself because of how adamant my mom was about me making sure I had steady grades. So, you know, good, you know, decent, but, you know, making sure I took the time to understand each class and make sure I passed each class. But Miss Wilkerson took that opportunity to make sure that at any point in time she felt like I wasn't paying attention or I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. Even when I was and I couldn't defend myself, she knew that. So she always tried to tell me to call home all the time and get my mom sick on me, essentially. So fast forward through all that shit. So she kept constantly doing it. And then eventually whenever, you know, I would, you know, call home, I would have to, you know, what would I do? Like she would always say like call home, whatever, and I'll have to stand next to her, wait for the phone to ring, and as soon as she answers, which my heart dropped every fucking time, my stomach went in my ass every time that she answered that phone, because I just knew what Ms. Wilkerson was about to say was not going to be good. So of course, like when she's saying what she's saying, you know, I'm making a look on my face like she lying, like I didn't even say nothing like that or do anything like that, but couldn't tell my mom nothing because she was, you know, dead serious about my grades, and anything the teacher said, she believed it, which I didn't really agree with, but that's just what it was. So, I'm sitting at my desk table or whatever, and anytime she got off the phone with my mom's, she would always say, "Mr. Harris." I'm like, "Yes," and she said, "Your mom told me to tell you to not touch nothing when you get home." And I'm just like, what'd you tell this lady what exactly did you tell her to make her say something like that? Like, I didn't even do anything wrong. You didn't even let me defend myself. But mind you, I couldn't talk back or I couldn't argue because it was going to do nothing but just amplify what I'd already did plus some more. So I was like, whatever. So fast forward, and this was a time where now I started, you know, pretty much after going home, my mom fussing me out about, you need to pay attention. You know, it started getting bad. It started really rearing its ugly head up to this point. So, forewarning right now, this is where the trigger is about to come up. So if you made it this far and you don't want to see the trigger, I already said in the beginning of the video, but I'm letting you know now, this is when it's going to come up. So click off the video right now if you don't want to get triggered. All right, so here we go. So basically, I started staying at the school, so I had to pretty much stay at the school for mandatory tutoring. That's what she would do. That was her way of giving us attention, is mandatory tutoring. So most of the time when teachers stay after like that, they don't get paid off the clock like that. They get paid for the 8 hours that they work, and they don't get any overtime. That's how it is. So most of the time I know teachers say like, hey, you know, go ahead and wrap this up because I'm about to leave. So school is over at 3:45. So most of the time, teachers would like to be out of there by 4:30, no later than 5. So in my mind, I'm thinking 4:30 is the cutoff. So when I'm sitting there at the table and I'm writing, you know, I'm pretty much trying to, you know, copy down the notes, or I'm trying to copy down the notes, or I'm like trying to, correct my mistakes on my test or whatever to get a better grade. You know, I look up at the time and I see it's 4:30. So I'm like, I'm like, oh, hey, Ms. Wilkerson, it's 4:30. Do I need to go or can I go? And she looks at me with this, like, with this like disrespectful look, like I just spit right near her, like as if I just spit at her when I said that. She was like, "Nah, you can't go home. Matter of fact, call home. Yeah, call home." I was just like, so I get up. I'm not a rebellious kid, so I get up, go pick up the phone, call home, and mind you, my mom liked this lady. Like, she just reminded her of somebody's grandma, auntie. So she picks up the phone, and well, after I pick the phone up, I get my mom on the phone, and I hand her the phone. So she tells her, I kid you not, this is exactly what she said, word for word. I might paraphrase, I don't know, but she tells her, in the tone that I'm saying this shit in is the most disrespectful or rebellious tone. She says that I said that while I was correcting my test, she said that I stood up, grabbed my bag, which I did none of this shit. I stood up, grabbed my bag, and told her that it's 4:30. Can I go? I did no such thing of that nature, but let her tell it. That was the truth, the God honest truth. So as soon as she said that, I looked at her and I'm just like, really? I didn't even say anything like that or do anything like that. So I told him, and I was like, no, call home. Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's get Miss Harris on the line. And I was just like, I didn't even say anything like that. So she was like, yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. So she hangs the phone up, and she's like, she was like, she said, nah, you stay there until you finish all those corrections. And when you get home, y'all gonna have a talk. Yeah, y'all gonna have a talk. Immediately, I broke down in tears. I was pissed off. I was mad because I didn't like the fact of me getting lied on some shit that I didn't even say and or do. There was some validity to it. All I asked was, it's 4:30, can I go? But before I can even explain why I said what I said, she immediately took that as me trying to be rebellious and not care about what I'm doing and basically just say, whatever, I'm out. It was never the case, but I never got to explain that part of the story to her or anybody for the fact of that matter. And my mom pretty much wasn't hearing that. If it wasn't about me getting this grade in this class, she didn't want to hear it. So she said that. I'm in tears, I'm crying, I'm mad, and I can't move, until she says that I can go. I'm upset. I'm in tears, full blown tears, I'm crying. So Ms. Wilkerson, she don't give a shit. She's sitting there just looking like, you better be correcting them tests while you're over there crying with them tears. Just being a pompous asshole, just being a dickhead for real. So I'm probably gonna get demonetized, I don't care. But just being an asshole, bro. Like I'm talking, this was just bad, like really, really bad. This put me in a very bad, dark spot. I've never felt like this before. So I walked to school, and normally most time I would ride my bike. So when the time was finally up, she let me go. I packed my stuff up. Still got tears running down my face. My face is soaking wet. I'm mad because I can't really explain myself. Nor do I, but at the same exact time now I gotta face my mom's and I gotta listen to her what she's telling me and seeing how she's gonna play about this because I already know what she's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But who knows at the intensity that it's gonna be. So I'm walking home. And all I could think of, I was saying to myself was, I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate my life. And God is my witness, hand on the Bible right now, and I'm getting chills when I'm about to say this. That is the first time I've ever actually contemplated suicide. That was the first time I ever actually thought of that. And me, I'm not normally a dark person. I've never been that way. I've, always kept to myself. Even at the times where I felt like the worst about myself, like I always still find a silver lining to it. But this is the one time where I felt like I really just did not have any reason to go on the next day. I just did not care. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. I felt like everybody was against me. I had no fight. I had no, what's the term? I had no say in the fight or no pull, however the damn term goes, for the fight. I had no win in that. I had everybody turning against me. I had teachers trying to turn my own moms against me. You know what I'm saying? The only person that I cared about, of course, Pops was there, but he wasn't into the scholastic thing. He just worked, came home, went to sleep, rinse and repeat. But, you know, the fact that I had my own teacher flipping my own mom against me, saying all these outlandish false things and not saying it properly in the way that it was supposed to be in, but trying to spin it like, oh, I'm just not caring about my classwork, that shit really did something to me. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just walking home, and I'm like, this is like the slowest walk home I ever had, because I was just very reluctant to go home, because I hated the fact that my teacher just lied on me and put me in this bad spot now, to where I can't even now explain to my mom what happened or how it happened, because she already painted it for me. She's already painted the narrative for me, and they're running with it, no matter how false it is. So I'm sitting there, walking home, you know, just mad at the world. I hate everything. Contemplating suicide. I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I hate everybody. Everybody hates me. My back is against the wall. Fuck this shit. I'm done. I hate everything. You know what I'm saying? And make a long story less long. Start trying to wrap it up here. It's a little too long, but I'm sitting there. Mom comes home, and you know, most of the time I'll speak. At this time, I went home and started doing my homework. I come home. Maybe an hour or so later, Mom comes home. I speak, hey, Mom. She comes in, slams the door, goes straight to her room. That's probably the worst thing that I seen my mom probably do. You know what I'm saying? She was so tired that she really didn't have the energy to like actually necessarily like talk to me and, you know, set me straight. All she said was, if I get another call from this lady, it's going to be me and you, or something like that. Whatever she said. It was a pretty preemptive threat, but I understood what she was saying. So ever since then, I try to make sure I stayed on Ms. Wilkerson's good side, but I never forgot that time, and I never necessarily forgave her for doing that shit, because that really put me in a bad spot. So safe to say I got over that dark ass storm, but I do remember later on that year when they called themselves like putting me in this class that was supposed to help me with my math more. It was like me and like a few other people I knew from school. So we was in there, and I remember Miss Wilkerson again. She was there, and she was the teacher of that class. So when I seen it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, here we go with this shit again. I immediately got flashbacks. Like, if PTSD was for real for math, this was it. You know what I'm saying? So she's basically teaching the class. And I remember she was asking everybody one-on-one, one-on-one throughout the class, how did it feel when how did we all feel when we got the letter saying that, starting on this day through this day, we're going to be going to this class. And I just told her, I said, honestly, my stomach dropped, because I was just like, oh crap. I was like, oh God, not oh crap, but I was like, oh God, this is like sixth grade all over again. And I had a very bad experience in sixth grade with you already. And she was like, and you could just tell the look in her face was just like, she was torn, because she didn't know that she made me feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I still to this day really haven't like told her exactly how I felt about her doing that. But if I ever did actually like give a chance, like can reconnect with her, it might have been through social media, or we just haven't just, run into each other one day. I'm gonna tell her, like, that really put me in a bad spot. Like, that really, really made me hate numbers. That really made me hate math. I really hated everything that had to do mathematical wise. Like, I hated it. I hated everything about it. But I've talked long enough, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the story, man. Maybe y'all can relate. Maybe y'all had similar situations like this also. Like I said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, man. Y'all know how I do. Appreciate all the love y'all been showing me. Welcome all new subscribers. Shout out to the day ones, Nodie Squad. Sound off in the comment section. I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy JDivine, and I'm signing out. Peace.